Welcome back to the Virginia Wine Expo, and traditionally Virginia wineries have had a somewhat rather amicable relationship with the state administration. But this past administration, actually, the last relationship has actually strengthened. The McDonald administration has made it a priority to promote Virginia wineries. And with us here today to actually tell us why that's such an important initiative is the First Lady, Maureen McDonald. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And so what is it that, right away, it was an important goal for the administration to promote Virginia wineries?
Well, when we first started, back when Bob was inaugurated as Attorney General, and during those years from Attorney General to becoming governor, we really started appreciating so much the Virginia wines and knew we had a great product and really wanted to have the opportunity to showcase those wines and those vineyards. When I first became First Lady, I tried to choose the parts of Bob's economic development push in jobs that I really enjoyed, and I pulled a little clout, and since I had worked so hard in the campaign, and said, can I really focus on Virginia wine? And he said sure. And so at that point, Todd Haymar, Secretary of Agriculture, was sharing how he was doing this like a why not campaign, because he had noticed in so many different of our restaurants and establishments they weren't serving red or Virginia wine. And then I started noticing the same thing. I thought, this is not right. And so when I would go out, he encouraged me to say, why don't you just ask and find out if they've even had an opportunity to taste our wines, and maybe you could share a little bit about them. And at that point I started thinking, I would love to bring these businesses, the restaurants, the hotels, the different, even we've taken different grocery store chains on our wine tours, and it gives them the opportunity to come with a group of peers and just be introduced. And so we started that last spring, and then we had 2 more wine tours in the fall, and we're doing that again this year. And I just keep finding more folks that would love to be part of that, and it's just growing. We've had each wine tour, we've had people that would actually call the mansion and ask if they could get on it, and once we had a full bus, we weren't able to expand it. So it's really become a nice opportunity for them to get out there with their peers and really almost have their own little wine tasting.
Now, do you have any metrics where you actually can measure that, yes, there's more wine, Virginia wine being served in local restaurants?
Oh yes, absolutely. There's one restaurant, I don't know if you saw the Virginia Wine Lover magazine. When I first started this campaign, they came on our first tour, and they were only serving 1 Virginia wine, and I think now they're up to about 15 or 16, and that's the Azzurro restaurant, and there are many more. My chef, he works in many different restaurants, and he knows that the numbers are growing, and we serve strictly Virginia wine at the mansion. I also did that when we went to the Richmond Raceway.
Okay.
And they were in the president's box. They weren't serving Virginia wine, and so I did my little why not thing. And now Virginia wine is the house wine at the Richmond Raceway, and they're taking that to the other raceways across Virginia. And I think we've got things that are happening with Hilton Worldwide, and it's just really starting to snowball. And even I was just recently meeting with a hotel group up in Washington, D.C., and I will be visiting them within the next month and doing a big event right outside the White House.
So are there any specific varietal wines that you like, the red wine?
In Virginia, I'm really loving our Cabernet Franc and our Pinot Noir. Those two have, I think we're doing a great vintage on both those across the state. That I'm loving the different choices that we have there, and the Meritage. My first taste of Meritage was with the King family when they won the red wine. That was my first taste ever of Meritage. So I'm really learning a little bit more about that. And I'll drink. I also like Merlot but I think what we're doing here in Virginia, and then going to the white wines, are Viogniers. I would drink. I feel like it's almost a white wine that red wine lovers like to drink. a nice wine.
So we'll give you an open forum. Anything you want to say to the people out here watching? Why they would want to either travel to Virginia or taste Virginia wine?
Well, I would just be thrilled if folks would love to follow my lead on the wine tours. It's a wonderful day to spend, starting early in the morning, having lunch at one of them, going into the evening, and there are many places that also have an opportunity for you to stay with them. And I think it's just a very pleasant way to spend an afternoon in Virginia. That we have a beautiful countryside. We have wine growing all the way from the hillsides to the eastern shore, where it's flat land right there by the beaches. So I think it's just a nice way to really tour the countryside and find a part of Virginia that you haven't seen before.
Hey, well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We'll be back a little bit later.
Again, thank you very much for everything. I want to thank everybody in the industry who is here. Everybody has been very supportive, and I'm really touched.
I would like to thank you very much. And the one thing that I have to put on to everybody who's in the grape business is we're not done yet. Thank you.
Now it's my great pleasure to introduce Mrs. Maureen McDonald, the First Lady of Virginia, to help us present the coveted 2011 Governor's Cup for red wines to the winning winery. She is a celebrity among wineries for her fierce support of Virginia wines, as well as her aggressive agenda to promote Virginia tourism and Virginia's film industry. She has already traveled extensively across Virginia, New York, and Europe, promoting Virginia wines. And for those of you that know her, actually red wines are some of her favorite wines, so this is very appropriate tonight that she's here to present this for us. Please help me welcome the First Lady of Virginia, Mrs. Maureen McDonald.
Thank you, Rob, for your kind introduction. And thank you to all the Virginia Wine Board for asking me to be here tonight. I'm so delighted. It's such a privilege for me to be here with all of you. I think everyone else is taller than me. But seriously, the Governor and I both believe that you all are winners, all of our Virginia vineyards, and we really appreciate showcasing you every opportunity we get. The Virginia wine industry has a lot to be proud of, and we celebrate your success. Now, let me get on to the reason why we're here. It is my honor to announce the 2011 Governor's Cup winner. And may I get the envelope, please? Now, do I have a drum roll? So, here we go. All right. It is my great pleasure to announce the Fox Meadow Vineyards Winery 2008 Meritage is our 2011 Governor's Cup winner for red wine. Congratulations. This is exciting for you. No, I'll let you do that.
First of all, I'd like to thank Maureen McDonald for presenting this trophy tonight. I'd also like to thank the Virginia Winery Association for sponsoring this competition. Also would like to thank the Virginia Expo here and all the sponsors, Kroger, Lexus, SunTrust, all the sponsors. I'm sure I'm leaving a few of them out, and I apologize for sponsoring this expo. I also really want to thank two other people. One that's here, it's our son, who's our vineyard manager and also assistant to the assistant winemaker. We couldn't do this without our son Bob, but also a gentleman that couldn't make it tonight. He really apologized, our winemaker Tom Payette, who many people in the industry know, and he's just a wonderful person and he really makes a difference in the wines that we make at Fox Meadow. The Virginia wine experience, and I won't take very much time, is really like a three-legged stool. It's first of all, we have to be making good wine and always improving upon it. It's also the hospitality, whether it's at our wineries or here at this festival that we show the customers that come and try Virginia wines. And lastly, it's the ambiance that we all provide, the characters of the owners and the people that run the tasting rooms and the interface organizations with the customers. On behalf of all of the people that are pushing the quality standards higher all the time, I thank you for your work you do in the industry. So thank you very much, and I hope it's a successful expo for everybody. Thank you again.